Hi, my name's Marcella. I am a mental health therapist, trauma response specialist, and I'm working through the Rush Wellness Assistance Program to provide for you today a recorded webinar on how to take care of yourself during COVID-19. So, today we're going to start by acknowledging the impacts of COVID 19 globally, community, hospitals, cities, and then specifically within yourself. We'll do that by validating the normal responses that we have to stress and then come up with strategies and solutions on how to alleviate that stress that we may be feeling. Finally, we will implement a practice for mindfulness in order to further reduce those feelings of stress and start by leading with an example of how we can recalibrate the body's stress response. And then I will end the presentation by providing resources and services and more information on the Rush Wellness Assistance Program. So here we have normal stress responses: shock, anxiety, denial, depression. Any of these are completely normal to experience during a time like this. Obviously, this is unprecedented. This has never happened before. It's a global situation that we all might be reacting to in a very different way. So, the first thing to note is that it's okay to experience these feelings. The most important thing is to not ignore them, and so that we can do something positive about them. So, your personal stress profile. Where does your stress manifest? Maybe take a moment to consider, where does your stress show up? How do you know? What are your signs? What are your red flags when you know that you're experiencing stress? So, here we have some strategies for self care, starting with acknowledging your triggers and symptoms, understanding what events, environments, or situations might bring about those feelings of stress, and also the symptoms for understanding how our stress is manifesting, if it's physical or cognitive, anything like that. Keeping things in perspective, so acknowledging that we can only take every day just one day at a time. Working in the present, being able to resolve things as we move along, not feeling the weight of the global pandemic all at once. And also being able to acknowledge the important role that each of you play in this entire process. Whether you're a healthcare professional, administrative, or anything in between, you are there for a reason and you're helping in a very, very tough time. Another way to keep things in perspective is understanding that there's a lot of sensationalized information out there, and so being able to reduce the amount of over information, over sensationalized news by just tuning into either the CDC or the WHO for the information. That could be really helpful. Getting adequate rest. So obviously this might be a difficult thing to ask for, but noticing that you need a certain amount of rest in order to properly perform. In chronic states of stress, we'll often lose a lot of sleep, or we'll want to sleep a lot more and we'll still feel fatigued even though we've gotten more rest than usual. So just notice this within your body, and try to see how you can develop a healthy sleep hygiene habit in order to get that adequate rest. Choosing healthy foods as well. Our body will often send those signals to our mind that, oh, we want something with a lot of carbs or a lot of sugar to help get that energy, but that's not going to sustain our energy. So thinking about healthy snacks that are natural and they have protein and they will help you to feel full. Finally, implementing a stress management plan. This requires a lot of accountability and personal investment for yourself. And it doesn't have to be upending your entire life. It can be small, achievable, attainable goals. I'm a big proponent of therapy and talking to someone, being able to share this energy. But if that's not for you, then what is therapy to you? Is it taking a walk? Is it reserving time in the morning or the evening for just you time? Is it prayer? Is it yoga, running, what does self-care look like for you? And what's the special time each day that you're making sure to take care of you? Here are some convenient, evidence based strategies for self care and deactivating the stress response. So, starting with mindfulness, this is just committing to an attitude of acceptance and non judgment for yourself. So, a good example of this would be stop, breathe, think, and respond. So, whenever you notice a trigger or a stressor, just take a moment and stop, take a breath. Consider how you're perceiving the situation and how you can objectively look at it so that it becomes more neutral, so that you look at it with acceptance and non judgment. And then you can move forward by responding mindfully in a way that you'd prefer to. That's maybe healthier for yourself and for others. Progressive relaxation. So, this is a grounding technique to get out of your head and into your body. Often our thoughts can go off the rails and it will cause those bodily responses to stress. So what you can do is start by just noticing your breath and then draw attention to the different parts of your body and musculature and draw awareness to them, actively softening, relaxing, soothing them. And this can be from top to bottom or bottom to top. And it can be while you're seated somewhere or while you're lying down. But it's a very helpful practice to do, to just be aware of our body and how stress has it respond and how we can cope with it in a healthier way. So guided imagery or guided visualization. So this is another grounding technique where you can imagine a serene place, whether it's from your imagination or memory, and apply as many sensory details as possible: touch, sight, taste, even sound, and trying to take yourself into a place of calm rather than anything that might be triggering you in the moment, so you can recalibrate. Meditation, clearing your mind so that you can exist in the present. This is often much easier said than done. So just know that meditation doesn't come easily to everyone. And if you already practice it, that's amazing. If you don't, then potentially start off with guided meditations. These are helpful. They range from 1 minute to 15 minutes or more. You can get them in places like Spotify or YouTube. And there's tons of different guided meditations. So I encourage you to try them out in the future. Along with meditation, remember your faith-based communities. So call or email your friends in faith. Take a moment in quiet, dedicated prayer. Even this can be self-care and enough to deactivate that stress response you might be feeling. And finally, deep breathing. This is engaging in proper breathing techniques and practices. So we're using our lungs' full capacity. It's proven to be an effective way to regulate stress by reducing cortisol and encouraging the calming hormones in our bloodstream. So I invite you all to try this exercise with me and just see how it affects you. Wherever you are, I invite you to be seated comfortably, maybe with both of your feet flat on the floor, back and neck relatively straight and relaxed, arms at your side resting on armrests or gently placed on the tops of your legs. If you feel comfortable, you may close your eyes, or if you'd prefer, you can look ahead of you at a blank wall or immobile object and soften your gaze, almost blurring your view. As we do this exercise, be sure to inhale and exhale through the nose only. This helps our mind to calm. Notice how you breathe through your nose during restful moments like sleeping, as opposed to panting through our mouths when we need to run or exert energy. Take a moment to notice your natural breath. Now, on your next inhale, I invite you to slowly breathe deep into your belly, expanding it like a balloon. Then expand your ribs, and finally up to the top of your chest, and gently suspend the breath just for a moment, maintaining a relaxed body, feeling the full capacity of your lungs. Now, slowly going backwards as you exhale, slowly releasing your chest, ribs, belly, and at the end of the exhale, lightly engaging your abdomen and holding just for a moment. And we'll practice that one more time. Inhaling, breathing deep to your belly, expanding like a balloon, expanding your ribs, and finally your chest. And suspending the breath for just a moment, relaxing your body, your muscles, your face, your shoulders. And now, slowly going backwards as you exhale, releasing your chest, ribs, and belly, engaging your abdomen, and holding. Again, inhale, and continue to inhale and exhale in this way, feeling the full capacity of your lungs. Notice any changes or sensations you feel in your body. If there's discomfort, allow yourself to notice and maybe soften or release the tension. Strongly inhale from your nostrils, wiggle your toes and fingers, roll your shoulders back, and then exhale with sound slowly. Return to your normal breath. Notice the difference in your body. You may open your eyes when you're ready. Doing this type of breathing for 1 or 2 minutes intermittently throughout the day can be incredibly valuable to how your body and mind respond to stress. It is especially relaxing to do while you're seated, but you can engage this breath at any time. I encourage you to use this as a tool going forward if you feel like it resonates with you or if it was helpful. To close, I'd like to make sure to take some time to go over the Rush Wellness Assistance Program briefly, just so that you're left with some resources and information that might be helpful as we move forward. So the Wellness Program is a free benefit to you as part of the Rush community, as well as your family and significant others. This is a program that's powered by Perspectives, which is a third-party vendor, just to ensure that everything remains completely confidential, whether you access our services or do go to counseling services or anything like that. So this is a system-wide resource that began last year, and it has transitioned to Oak Park and Copley, as well as obviously Rush University Medical Center too. So additional resources and further information is available on the Rush Wellness website. So I do encourage you to check that out after this if you'd like. So we focus on 3 primary areas: work, life, and home. So for work, we have professional skill builders and webinars such as this that you can access through the portal. For life, we offer convenient short-term counseling services. So you can access the phone line and speak with a counselor directly 24/7 at any time. You can give us a call, days, nights, weekends, holidays, whenever. So this is a wonderful resource for you and your family. And then after you call, if you'd like, you can go ahead and set up counseling services so you can have scheduled appointments. And finally, for your home balance, we have pre-screen services including legal and financial services, as well as childcare and elder care, along with many others. I just encourage you to look at the website or call in and ask, and we're more than happy to help you out with that. So we try to make ourselves as accessible as possible. The main point of access is going to still be the phone number, but you are still more than welcome to email or chat us through the website or through our app, which is Perspectives, or Spark, powered by Perspectives. So you can feel free to go ahead and download that. For your family members, since they might not have access directly to the Rush website, you can give them our website name, perspectivesltd.com, with the login Rush, and the password is wellness1. The phone number is featured there at the bottom of the screen as well. And understandably, during this time, we are wanting to make sure that we're keeping our clients and counselors safe. So we are offering telehealth counseling sessions via Zoom, and they're working really well. It's pretty easy to access. You can download Zoom on your webcam-enabled device, and we are happy to get those sessions scheduled in that way. Thank you so much for tuning in to this recorded webinar. If you have any questions at all, I really encourage you to reach out to us through the website, through the app, or go ahead and give us a call directly, and we'd be happy to assist you with anything additional. Otherwise, I'm glad that you took this time out of your busy day to take a moment, take a breath, and see how you can move through this very difficult time in a very mindful way. So thank you.